Welcome to anybody that watches the video. Today we're here to discuss about how to play Clara, because yes, there's still people that does not know how to play Clara, and it's perfectly fine. Alright, listen, if you're one of these people, it's fine. We all start at a different pace, at a different journey. I started day one, you may start today, last week, and you just got in Clara, or whatever. Who knows? Who cares? We just need to get to the nitty gritty. We need to know how Clara function and everything. So this is what I'm about to explain today. So sit back, buckle up, and welcome to how to use Clara for noobs. Because we are newbies at the end of the day. Yes, I said it. We are newbies at the end of the day. And for you that feel some type of way, you're a newbie too. Oh, okay. You want to send shot at me? Huh? Bet. Let's get it. Do you know everything about Clara synergy and anti-synergy with every single team comp in the game? Have you ever tried every single team comp with Clara? You probably didn't. Do you know everything about like Clara's freaking damage calculation and everything? You probably don't. So hey, listen. At the end of the day, we all have stuff to learn. So in a certain type of way, we're kind of like some newbies. And if you have a so huge ego to the point that you're like, oh yes, I do know well, good job, congratulations, good job. But you also got to remember certain people don't, so calm down. If you're mad, leave. Shit, I don't care, leave. Anyhow, we about to start. Running around with Clara, and this is what Clara's basic attack does. Yeah, big giant robot attack. And that's a technique. Big giant robot laser beam. Look at him. He thought he could hit me. Bow. Yeah, that's what you get. Weakness. Okay, so here we are more in the specifics. So a basic attack, we kind of saw what it does. You know, big giant robot attack. Skill, throw a missile, you know. You're gonna see later. Ultimate, you're gonna see later. When it comes to the talent, it's kind of like some type of counter, right? So basically, each time you hit her, pew, she counters type stuff, right? And when it comes to the technique, we saw it like earlier, big laser beam. And what the technique does, keep that in mind. What the technique does is each time you do it before entering battle, what's gonna happen is Clara gonna have more chances to get targeted for X amount of turn. I think it's 2 turns. Okay, so I kind of like the little thing that we got going on right now. Clara's, Mark 7, and Tengen. And the reason why we got Tengen right now is so Tengen's skill can actually buff Clara's attack, because Clara's a unit that scales off attack, which is very useful, right? And then you're gonna want to use like Tengen's ultimate too, so you can buff the overall damage. See, it's a difference between attack and damage, but yeah, so you can buff the actual damage. And when it comes to Mark 7's skill, what a lot of people don't even know is that it actually buffs your aggro. And if you're still confused about what's aggro, well, aggro is just like damn near, the more aggro you have, the more chances you have to get targeted by the opponent. So yeah, pretty much. So when it comes to Mark 7, well, she actually like give you a shield and boost the aggro at the same time. See, that's kind of clever. That's kind of like, yeah, gotta give good job, Hoya. That's a clever mechanic. And with all that being played, now y'all can see that Clara actually obliterates everything. Okay, so before they continue this video, I gotta give a quick shout out to today's sponsor, because without them, this video wouldn't be possible. So today's video is sponsored by nobody, obviously. What you thought? I just typed it. On a real note, I kind of forgot to talk about talent priority, and it's very important, mostly when it comes to Clara, because you don't want to be upgrading the wrong stuff, right? Alright, now people are gonna tell you that you need to do a talent and then ultimate, or ultimate and then talent. Both of them, they're kind of like at the same scale, so you gotta focus on the talent and the ultimate. After you have both of them like done, you can do skill and then base attack. You got it? Yeah, screenshot, yeah, subscribe. I mean, when it comes to Eidolon, I don't even want to talk about Eidolon, because like, Well's a very, very small portion of the community, and this is a newbie guide, so we don't really need to talk about Eidolon like that. But if you have Clara E1, honestly, you're good, like you eating good with Clara E1. So if you wonder what E1 does, basically, each time Clara counters, right, Zvara gonna apply like a target thingy above the opponent head. It's called a marker counter. So once this thing is applied, when you're gonna use the missil's gonna do extra damage. But the thing is that after you use the missile, like the market counter disappear. But when you have an E1, well, the market counter stays after you use the missile. So basically, you can use the missile, extra damage, and then missile again, extra damage. You always get the extra damage from it, basically. Moving on to the relic section. When it comes to Clara's relic, what you need is the 4-piece of the one that gives you physical damage bonus. Now, if you go as far as asking me what's the name, I have no idea. It's called Champion Thingy, I have no idea. It's right there on the screen, by the way. Yeah, this thing. See it? Yeah, that's what you need on Clara. If you can't afford that, well, you can slap a 4-piece musketeer upon her, or you can slap 2-piece musketeer, 2-piece champion, but please, please, do a 4-piece champion. It's gonna be better overall. For you, for me, for everybody. For the body piece, please aim for crit rate. Don't aim for something else, just crit rate. Don't break your head. Crit rate. For the boots, you want to aim for attack. Don't try to do no type of like extravagant type of build when you put like HP. I mean, technically HP is good for survivability, but just stick to attack. Not even speed. Speed not too good on free-to-play Clara, because when it comes to ultimate, it's like 2 turns, so the more is your turn, the less like chances you're gonna get to get these counters off. So yeah, stick to attack. For the sphere, it's pretty much self-explanatory. You want to go with physical damage, and when it comes to the link rope, you take attack. When it comes to these 2 pieces, I prefer to go with Erda's Pay Station because they give attack to Clara, but you can also go for Inner Salsodo, which is actually better in terms of damage since it's gonna give you more crit rate and it's gonna boost your counter damage, which is excellent. And when it comes to the substat, peep. For substat, crit stat mixed with attack, alright? Very easy to remember. When it comes to her Lycon choice, you could say, oh, Denhong's is the best, or oh, Blaze Lycon is the... Listen, we broke up there. We do not have these Lycons like that. So let's stick to the more obtainable one, you know, the one that's still there that we can get, like, maybe right now if we're lucky or whatever, you know? So on these conditions, her best in slot would be her signature Lycon, something irreplaceable because it has a face, you know, like, pretty self-explanatory. After that, we have On the Fall of an Eon, which is actually a super nice free-to-play option. Yeah, that's what people gonna tell you. But see, it's good because it's 5-star scaling, but at the same time, it's kind of bad because like the passive is ugh. But like if you can get it to S5, now we talking. See, now it's super valuable. But before S5, I don't know, but it's still up there. After that, we got a secret Val, and a secret Val is an actual excellent Lycon. Like for real, it's excellent. Like it can actually like compete with like 5-star Lycons when it's like S5, but S1 is still valuable. You know, it's not as good as S5, but it's still valuable. It just buffs your overall damage, and that's perfect. Now, if you don't have simulated universe chips, or you don't have any wishes, and you have none of these Lycons, well, you can still go hit the Forgotten House shop, and you can cut this Lycon, Arlen's Dog Lycon. You can get that one for now. It's an okay option. It's not too good, not too bad. It's just okay. When it comes to Clara Team Comp, in my opinion, one of the best units that you can pair with her is Locha, Bronya, and the Flex Slot. When it comes to that Flex Slot, you can either put Silverwolf to apply all type of debuff, and if you don't have her, you can go with Payload. Another unit that I like to put with this specific team is actually Blade, which might sound biased since they have anti-synergy, but Blade, Bronya, and Locha go ridiculous, and then you can add Clara for extra juicy counter, and it's one of a kind. Nah, don't go ahead and put Ambibita Luna in your team. Like, don't do that. I mean, it might be good since like this team is kind of like skill point positive, and Ambibita Luna is actually skill point negative, which you could find a way around it. But unless you know how to really manage a skill point efficiently, I don't really recommend it. Now, if you don't have Locha, you can pair her with a Jeopard if you have him. You can pair her with a Bailu if you have her. And if you don't have both, well, you can pair her with Natasha. As far as it goes for Bronya, if you don't have her, you can replace her for somebody like Tingyun. And if you don't like Pela, it's all good. You can just kick out the team and put Mark 7 instead. And here we have it, the free-to-play Clara team that looks exactly like the trial Clara team, but with the addition of Natasha for healing. There you go, we finally done. And now I can actually relax because the whole time I was sick. Note to myself, next time just talk over images like everybody else do. It's way more simpler. I'm kinda tired, so I'm about to head out, but as far as it goes for you, if you like this, show some love, or I don't know, do you? But me, I'm out.